for those who don't know your background, please tell us who you are and what your assets are.
My name is Mark Perea. I'm originally from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I moved to Montana about 3.5 years ago. And my assets, I would say, are based on, my history, as, my adult life, basically. I was a historian. I studied history in college, got 2 degrees in history, and then I started teaching history. So I was a teacher after that. Started teaching history in college and in private schools, middle school and high school. And, and then for the last 12 years, I've had my own businesses. And so I think my assets are mainly in dealing with different types of people. Because of those 3 different, really 3 different types of people that I've been around, and in the business world, in education, and as a historian in the academic world.
Okay, so as a challenger past District 41, what do you think are the most important issues to the people in that district?
Well, the most important issue has to be jobs in the economy, and the most important issue, in my opinion, is going to be school choice, because I think a lot of the problems that we're seeing in our country right now stem from the need for more specialization in education. And what I'd like to see is parents have the opportunity to send their children to, a specialized kind of school, and if they choose to do that, I'd like them to get some of their tax money back that they're already paying into the system in order to do that. But when it comes to jobs in the economy, I think right now I've talked to hundreds of businessmen, all over western Montana, but mainly here in my district in Helena. And what they're telling me is that they're they're on pins and needles when it comes to deciding whether or not to even stay open. And so I want to change that in the state legislature. The reason why they're having trouble is because of oppressive regulations and taxation. And I think we have a unique opportunity in the state legislature to affect a change that will allow businesses the opportunity to grow and hire more people. And not only that, but compete for employees. When businesses are competing for employees, they have to raise that wage. They also have to maybe offer more benefits. And I think they have no problem doing that, because for a business person, having seen that perspective, that's a good problem to have. When you're looking to grow, that means things are going well.
All right, so what would you say makes you more qualified than your opponent? And what do you think the major differences are besides party affiliation?
Well, I think what makes me more qualified is partly that experience that I talked about in business, but also we'll go back to my experience as a historian. I mean, I studied for years at a time the origins of our democratic form of government, our constitutional republic, and I understand very deeply the difference between and the uniqueness of our country compared to those that went in the past. So, I like to tell people that I may not be an expert on every word of the Constitution, but I'm willing to read it, and I know what freedom is not, based on my historical research in the past and having taught it.
Okay. So, with a closing statement, why should people vote for you?
Well, I think we described most of it, but I think the biggest thing I think people want right now, which my experience has given me, is the ability to put myself in somebody else's shoes, and especially my experience as a teacher. As a teacher, what you have to do is you have to put yourself in that student's shoes and see where there might be a lack of understanding. And I think I've got a lot of experience doing that. And I've also learned to communicate my ideas more clearly, and help, not only that, but to help other people learn how to communicate their ideas more effectively. And that's the way you find common ground and you get things done.
Okay, great.